What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, and today we're going to continue with the Star Trek saga, the first full movie solely of the Next Generation cast, 1996's Star Trek First Contact, starring Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis, Alfre Woodard, James Cromwell, and Alice Krieg. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. Like I said at the top of the show, we're just going to keep things rolling here with the first full film with solely the Next Generation cast, Star Trek First Contact. Let's get right into it here, shall we? Captain's log, stardate 202126.5. It is the 24th century, and Captain Jean-Luc Picard awakens from a nightmare in which he relived his assimilation by the Borg from 6 years earlier. He is contacted by Admiral Hayes, who informs him of a new Borg threat against Earth. Picard's orders are for the USS Enterprise to patrol the neutral zone in case of Romulan aggression. Starfleet is worried, and rightfully so, that Picard is too emotionally involved with the Borg to join the fight. When Picard learns that the fleet is losing the battle, the Enterprise disobeys orders and heads for Earth, where a single Borg cube ship is holding its own against a group of Starfleet vessels. The Enterprise arrives just in time to assist the crew of the USS Defiant and its captain, Worf. Picard takes control of the fleet and directs the surviving ships to concentrate their firepower on a seemingly unimportant part of the Borg ship. The cube is destroyed, but before it implodes, a small sphere ship is launched towards the planet. The Enterprise pursues the sphere and ends up entering into a temporal vortex. As the sphere disappears, the Enterprise discovers that Earth has been altered and is now populated entirely by the Borg. They realize that the Borg have used time travel to change the past, and the Enterprise follows the sphere through the vortex. As a result, the Enterprise arrives hundreds of years in the past on April 4th, 2063, which is the day before humanity's first encounter with alien life, after Zefram Cochrane's historical warp drive flight. The crew realizes that the Borg are trying to prevent first contact, and after destroying the Borg sphere, a team transports down to Cochrane's ship, the Phoenix, in Bozeman, Montana. Picard has Cochrane's assistant, Lily Sloan, sent back to the Enterprise for medical attention. The captain returns to the ship and leaves Commander William Riker on Earth to make sure that the Phoenix's flight proceeds as planned. Now, in the future, Cochrane is viewed as a hero, but we soon discover that he isn't quite the guy that they believe him to be. He built the Phoenix for financial gain, not to pursue, space flight and boldly go where no man has gone before and stuff. A group of Borg invade the Enterprise lower decks and begin to assimilate its crew and modify the ship. Picard and a team attempt to reach engineering to disable the Borg with a corrosive gas, but unfortunately, Data is captured in the melee. Sloan, frightened, understandably so, corners Picard with a weapon, but he is eventually able to gain her trust. The two escape the Borg-infested area of the ship by creating a diversion in the holodeck. Picard, Worf, and the ship's navigator, Lieutenant Hawk, travel outside the ship in spacesuits in order to stop the Borg from calling reinforcements by using the deflector dish. However, Hawk is assimilated in the process. As the Borg continue to assimilate more decks, Worf suggests completely destroying the ship. But Picard calls him a coward out of anger, which infuriates Worf because of his Klingon heritage. Sloane confronts the captain and makes him realize that he is acting irrationally because of his own past from becoming Locutus of the Borg. Picard orders an activation of the ship's self-destruct mechanism and then orders the crew to head for the escape pods, while Picard stays behind to rescue Data. As Cochrane, Riker, and Geordi LaForge prepare to activate the warp drive on the Phoenix, Picard discovers that the Borg Queen has grafted human skin onto Data, giving him the sensation of touch that he has so long desired, so that she can obtain the android's encryption codes for the Enterprise computer. Picard offers himself to the Borg in exchange for Data's freedom, willingly offering to become Locutus again. But Data refuses to leave. He deactivates the self-destruct and fires torpedoes at the Phoenix. The torpedoes narrowly miss the Phoenix at the last minute, and the Borg Queen then realizes she's been betrayed by Data. Data ruptures a coolant tank, and the corrosive vapor begins to eat away at the biological components of the Borg. With the Borg threat neutralized, Cochrane completes his warp flight, and the next day, the crew watches from afar as a Vulcan ship, which was attracted by the Phoenix warp test, lands on Earth. Cochrane and Sloane greet the Vulcans and begin to mingle and interact with the alien species. Having ensured the correction of the timeline, the Enterprise crew slips away and returns to the 24th century. So this is film 8 in the 10-film series. Another even one, another really good one. A little bit of the Cochrane backstory bored me, I'm not going to lie. You know, he very much was akin to Randy Quaid's character in Independence Day. Amazing pilot, no hero. Gets drunk all the time. But when it came down to buckle in and do what needed to be done to save the world, he did it. I see a tremendous parallel between the two characters here. And I believe there's only a few month difference in the release of these films. I know Independence Day came out in July. I don't remember exactly what month this came out. But I want to say that there were only a few months difference in between the two. It was a very solid story. I did enjoy it. Did I enjoy it on the same level that I enjoyed Star Trek the Motion Picture, The Voyage Home, or Generations? I don't know. I'm not really sure about that one. You know, what do you guys think of Star Trek First Contact? Let me know. If you're watching the premiere, leave your comments over here. If you're watching me on demand, leave your thoughts down here. Let me know what you guys think of Star Trek First Contact. I definitely thought it was a solid film, a solid story. But like I said, I think there was just a little bit of the Cochrane backstory that bored me. And also, much like I said about The Wrath of Khan, not being a Star Trek fan, not having seen the episodes where Picard was assimilated and became a Borg, I feel kind of threw me off a little bit. Like, I know a little bit about it. I've seen Picard in the Borg makeup, but I don't remember ever seeing those episodes. So, much on the same level of The Wrath of Khan, I'm going to give this film 3 out of 5 stars because I feel like there's just enough here that I'm not fully grasping from not having seen the previous television stuff. Plus the fact that some of the Cochrane backstory bored me a little bit. I may be alone in my thought process here, and if I am, I apologize to the diehard Trekkies and Trekkers that adore this film. But in my opinion, it took about an hour and 45 minutes to get up to the first contact, which lasted about 5 minutes, 10 tops. And I don't really know if the buildup of the story was worth the payoff we got. Again, I apologize to any Trekkies or Trekkers who really adore this film. The 3 out of 5 stars is what I can give it, considering what I know about the storyline. Make sure you guys get out there on the social media. Get those hashtags trending for me. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios. Hashtag Renegades Reviews. Hashtag Renegade Returns. And of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag StatBoyApproved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you guys get out there. Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all your official merchandise of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Get you your Renegade JJ Williams t-shirt or tank top. Summertime is coming, and if you live in Southern California like I do, or another very tropical place, get yourself a tank top for me. Dad's Not Always on Wrestling shirts, hashtag Shenanigans, Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag Statboy Approved. Get yourself the merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network. There are 3 official designs of the Jeff Meacham Network logo shirts to choose from, along with Meachamania, Talk Wrestling, and so much more. Tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, make sure you tune in as I'll be bringing you yet another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, and I'll take a look at 1998's Star Trek Insurrection. You're not going to want to miss out on that one, and you're also not going to want to miss out on June 1st, the next episode of Renegade Recap, live, both right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as over on the Jeff Meacham Network. I'll be recapping a little bit of everything that I did this month in Sci-Fi Month, and I will be giving you a preview of what's to come for June. Those of you that tuned in yesterday to Generations, you saw the trailer at the end of the episode, so you kind of already know what's coming, but I'll go more in depth on that and to what to expect on June 1st. I will also be conducting my first giveaway. I have 2 sealed copies of Star Wars The Force Awakens Blu-ray DVD digital combo packs, 1 copy will be given away to the highest donor, whether it's through a super chat, Streamlabs, or PayPal. The other one will be given away to whoever answers my trivia question properly on the show. But my very first giveaway, I'm very excited to do that. There will be more giveaways in the future. I just don't know when yet or what. It won't be every month because that's just a little bit too much for me. But make sure you're here June 1st, Renegade Recap, for my very first giveaway. Thank you guys for tuning in. For all you guys that joined me during the premiere, leaving your comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. To all my fans watching on demand, leaving your comments down here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of my loyal viewers tuning in every single day right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel for all new episodes of Renegades Reviews. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time. Make it so.